The real story behind Pau Torres' breakthrough as he signs for Aston Villa for £31.5 million. So make we see what go on. Rejected and denied for several times, made me stronger, made me wiser, and now this is my breakthrough to come in the Premier League and show the world how great I am. I am Pau Torres. Welcome to Premier 7 viewers and subscribers. I am your host, Ryan Nelson, coming to you with breaking news as it relates to the signing of the former Villarreal centre-back and Spanish international Pau Torres, who is now an official player for Aston Villa, as he signed for £31.5 million. This is absolutely amazing, not for Aston Villa only, but also for the English Premier League on a whole. There is a secret though. He will be playing for his former coach, Unai Emery, and trust me, all of those teams who will be coming against Aston Villa would have to think twice before they even enter the pitch. Torres is recognized for his calmness in possession and his ability to play the ball out from the back, as well as his ability to dribble. He also has outstanding placement and a keen sense of the game. However, even though he isn't very physically powerful, despite his height of 6'3", don't take him lightly, because he's a master of the here. Let's see what transfer market have to say about him. Champion by heart, champion by name, Pau Torres have won something before, having been the champion of the Europa League competition in 2020-21 season, and by way of that, he was considered as one of the world's best centre-back within those time. Things haven't changed because he is very reliable, having played 34 games last season for Villarreal. The great thing about Pau Torres is that he can play both sides as a centre-back, that is, left-sided centre-back and right-sided centre-back. So if you're considering where he can play under a Unai Emery system, you don't have to worry because he will be available to play at any position that he's given. And by way of signing a 5-year deal for Aston Villa, the 26-year-old can become a future great for the club as he continues to show the world how great he can be now and beyond. I mentioned earlier on about a connection between Pau Torres and Unai Emery, and this could be the underlying secret that can do wonders for Aston Villa in the Premier League. According to a source written before Pau Torres has signed by Harry Watkinson, entitled Aston Villa Agree Terms with Amazing Player Unai Emery Loves after Monchi secures cut price fee, the source mentioned that Emery is very familiar with the defender too and has previously described him as an amazing player. Pau Torres is an amazing player. I think he's a top player. I have been a coach in Sevilla, Paris Saint-Germain, and Arsenal, and I have never seen a centre-back like Pau Torres. I think he's going to play at the highest level. He's playing now in the national team, but he can play in the top teams in Europe very soon. So look at that. Pau Torres has signed for Aston Villa under a coach that has rated him very highly, and to play in a system that you already have an idea about. Aston Villa can become a top-class team. They have been performing very well last season, and things only can get better because they have made additional signings, and with a player like Pau Torres coming into the squad will do only good for the club. The Premier League is now the new chapter for Pau Torres' career. and he has done a very great job in Spain, and now it's time to turn a new page. According to the FBref report, it shows how brilliant Pau Torres is whenever compared to other centre-backs in the last 365 days. And by way of the details that I'm going to present, keep your fingers crossed because he will be a dangerous competitor whenever Aston Villa faces other teams in the Premier League. It shows that Pau Torres is brilliant in terms of passes attempt, 80 percentile, progressive passer, 96%, progressive carrier, 99%, successful take on, 97%. All of those details shows you how brilliant he can be in his position as a centre back. And this will be an upgrade for him and for the club because Unai Emery knows him, and there are days for which Aston Villa is very much inconsistent. And to have a player like Pau Torres integrated in the back line to play instead of a Tyrone Mings or to play beside a Tyrone Mings, it will only do wonders for the club. Yes, both of them are two left-footed centre-back, but there are more players that can represent the club. But having a coach like Unai Emery, it shows how much a Pau Torres could be for him. By way of that, Pau Torres have been scouted by many teams in the past, and he has missed out. These clubs may have deep regrets because having been in the Premier League now, he can leave a mark not only in Aston Villa but also entirely in the Premier League to say that he was a player that many persons and our clubs underestimate, but being at Aston Villa, he improved his career and he could be possibly one of the greatest players to bless the shores of the Premier League. By way of that, I want to say thank you so much for enjoying the video. Continue to support Premier 7. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more details. Take care and goodbye for now.